Okay, fine, let's start this. In previous session, we have seen till here, okay, the 3D scatter plots, but mainly we have seen subplots. Okay, so how you can create subplots in two different ways. One at the direct figure level, I mean, yeah. So this is directly at the figure level. Okay, that means directly you are creating the whole figure along with the required subplots. Second thing is you are adding subplots to the figure. Okay, and then we have seen a simple example of 3D plots. Fine. So in today's class, we are going to see few more maps, graphs, and few of the graphs which we are already seen, but a different way of creating them. Okay, and then we are going to also start the Seaborn library. Okay, fine. So let's take an example of cricket example. Okay, so this is a data set. Fine. So in this I'm doing just a filter operation. Okay, so what I'm doing, so I'm saying I'm considering only the ball numbers. If it is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6, over here you have the ball number. Okay, so before that, am I audible and my screen visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I'm just filtering this data set and I'm saying the batsman run equal to 6. That means where is batsman run? Yeah, over here. Okay, so it's a simple data set where you can see this is a record for each and every ball. Okay, what is the innings, what is the ID, or which over. You know, in every over you will have 6 balls, right? So this is 0th over in that first ball, second ball, like that. Who is a batsman, bowler, non-striker, and okay, is it extra or not? And how many runs did the batsman score if it is extra? So like that. So these are the complete, yeah, batting team. Looks like it's IPL data set. Fine. So this is a data set where each record is representing the complete details of every ball, okay, that has been delivered. And now we are filtering for every ball, okay, but where the batsman has hit a 6, okay, so where the batsman run equal to 6. Fine. So that is my temp df. Okay, on that I'm creating a pivot table. Okay, so where you are having the index as overs and columns as ball number. Okay, so we have seen this pivot table in our previous session, right? So we have seen the pivot table, and what was the other one, guys? So mm, I think in the pandas profiling also we have seen, right? So it will just give you a table format, okay, where the index you can specify, okay, and this is the column numbers. So it will give a matrix sort of thing, which will how you can understand this is in 0th over, so how many balls, what is the ball in 0th over, and in the ball one, so how many runs are scored. Okay, for example, what does this 88 81 mean? Okay, 8th over, 4th ball. Okay, in each over you have 6 balls. In 0th over you have 6 balls. Every over you have 6 balls, right? So for every over and in each ball in that over, how many runs are scored? For example, uh, see in third, what is this? Third over, okay, 4th ball, see 103. Okay, so even though the numbers are seeming a bit unreal, okay, but that is what pivot table. But the pivot table output will be this. It will give a matrix of the two what I say columns. Okay, so now pivot table. Okay, and yeah, so I'm saying the batsman index is overs, and my column is column number. Okay, and the values is batsman runs. Okay, and aggregate function is equal to count. Okay, so I'm taking the count. Okay, so over here third ball over 0 4. Okay, fine. So in this data frame, if I want to draw a graph, we have a new graph, okay, so which is called as the name suggests, it is called as heat map. Okay, so here I am drawing what? So I'm drawing the delivery. So where is my delivery? Yeah, so delivery is my data set. Okay, in that overs, okay, dot unique. Okay, so those are my what? White ticks in the sense these numbers. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, whatever you are seeing here, right? So those are the overs. How many overs are there over overall? If you see 0 from 0, you'll have till 19 you will have. Okay, so 0 to 19 you are having. So if you consider from 1, it will be 1 to 20. Okay, on x-axis you are using a range of from 1 to 7, in the sense it will take 1 to 6. Okay, so 1 to 6 are my overs, I mean balls. Okay, so in other words, if you're understanding what we're doing here, these are my overs. Okay, in each over, these are my balls. Okay, what is this? This is my 16th over fourth ball. Okay, 13th over third ball, like that. Fine. So the same thing, the pivot table, whatever we have seen, right? So the same thing in the form of graph. But what it is doing here is it will also, this is called heat map because it is somewhat similar to, so these are somewhat you can try to relate to, different shades. Okay, so when you heat a body, right, so the heat gets spread out, fine, and some parts will be dark red in color, some parts will be, just getting started to heat it up. Okay, so it is created from that intuition. Okay, so over here you have the color bar, fine, so plt.color bar. Okay, we'll plot this. So here it is saying, so this color, okay, wherever you have the color is, let's say 0, fine. So as you go up, so it's changing the color. Okay, so finally this almost, what is this, gold color is 140 and blue color is 20, fine. So wherever you see, for example, I'm seeing the very dark blue kind of thing is over here. Okay, over here. Okay, and very bright gold color I can see is this, fine. So these two, so that means what? The lowest runs are scored in first over, first ball. What is this first square? First over, first ball. Fine. And the highest runs are scored in between, in which ball? 18th over fourth ball. Okay. So the color, okay, the degree of shade and also the color is dependent upon what? Is dependent upon the number of runs that are scored. That means these values. Okay. But to each of this value, we are giving a color. Okay, and how are we going to give the color? We are using the color grid. Okay, color grading, fine. So we are starting from the lowest value called as 0. Okay, and as the value is increasing, we are changing the color, fine. So that every unique value over here, will have a different color. Okay, and the lowest value will be very much differentiated from the highest value. Okay, so just by looking at the graph itself, you can understand what are the maximum runs scored in which over, or example, in which over, right, uh, least amount of runs are scored. Okay, that means where the color is almost similar to blue. Okay, so for example, over here it is almost the same color, but here in fifth over, so it's light blue, but again there was some okay, goldish color change, and again blue. That means here somewhere the scores are a bit high. Okay, so over here it is almost blue, but here again the scores went down, and this is almost similar. Okay, so this is almost same. Again, this is almost dark blue, in the sense it is almost less. Okay, so this is one way how you can draw the heat map. Are you guys getting this clear? Any doubts or shall I repeat again? Clear. Okay, great. So now next thing you have is pandas plot. See, we have already seen drawing the pie plot. Fine. So this is just different way of drawing it. Fine. From instead of in the previous class, I think you were using, yeah, you're using pld.py. Fine. So from matplotlib, fine. So from matplotlib, you are using pld.py. Okay. But the another way of drawing it is fine. So the another way of drawing it is from pandas. Okay. So how we are going to do? So I'm creating a simple panda series. Okay. So and that is S is my panda series. Fine. So I'm saying S dot plot kind equal to pi. Okay. So I'm drawing it from pandas, not matplotlib. So if you're drawing from matplotlib, it would be plt.py. Why plt is from matplotlib. Okay. This is one way you can draw. But if you directly draw or assign a plot to the pandas itself, so you can just say, so this is my pd dot series is my panda series. So I'm saying s dot plot. Inside that, tell me the kind, which type, which kind I need to plot. Okay, it's a pie plot. Okay, so once I run this, it's a simple. So let me see if I can draw a bar. Yeah, see, you can draw a bar plot. Okay, and hist plot. Fine. So using from the pandas. Fine. So after that, yeah. So next we have something called as Seaborn. As I see, they're using. Mhm. Fine. So we see this example. Okay. So this particular example, I'll be coming back once we start the Seaborn in some time. Okay. But let's skip this as of now. We'll just come back in a moment. Okay. So now see here. I'm downloading a data set. Okay. So this is my data set. Weekly stocks. Fine. And which is having date. Okay. I'm not sure what are these columns because I'm not into stocks. Okay. So some stock related rates as I can see. Okay, because stock rates are very dynamically changing. So these are stock rates are some time intervals. Okay, fine. Now the point is if you want to draw graph from this. Okay, I think when we talk about stocks, I think you might have seen like somewhere where they show you some graphs related to the stocks, whether in the ads or in news, right, or in some YouTube channel. So there will be some graph like this. Okay, a line graph. Okay, so if I just say stock graph, see, it will be oscillating graph. Okay, ups and downs. Similarly, now what are those? This is a stock price. Okay, stock price in any given day. Fine. So stock price goes up, comes down, goes up due to lot many factors. So it will be always fluctuating. Okay. So now how to draw that graph is, for example, I want to draw this column. Okay. The way how you can draw is now this is a pandas, right? Pandas column. And now when you take this one single column, now this will become a pandas series. Okay. Now I'm saying this pandas series dot plot kind equal to line. Okay. So what I'm doing, so you're just plotting this with a line graph. Okay. If you notice, if you want to draw the graph from pandas, you need to specify type of graph in this kind parameter. Okay. If at all it's from the matplotlib, you can directly say plt dot line or plt dot scatter. Okay, or plt dot plot. like that. Okay. But in pandas, if you want to do the same, you need to mention the type of graph in this kind parameter. Okay. So now I'm saying, give me a line graph for this. Okay. Line graph in the sense what? It will no, it will also join the all the dots, unlike scatter plot. Fine. So this is my line graph. That means this price, this price of this particular stock is okay. If it is from last 50 days, for example, or last 50 hours, whatever you can think of the units, fine. So it is having a peak price at 25th day. Okay, again it is in downfall. Okay, finally it has reached to where it has started. Fine. So this is the way how you can draw a line graph. Fine. Next thing is, if you want to, this is simple part, and there are many additions you can do, which we are going to see. Okay. Now, so if you want to also add the date parameter over here. Okay. So now stocks dot plot, same thing, kind of line. Okay. So, but here, if you see here, earlier I was using only one column. Okay. But now if I want to, here I am plotting the whole stocks. That means every column I'm using. Okay. I want to see the line graph for each and every column, but based upon that particular date. Okay. So here I'm saying stocks dot plot. Okay. That means I not specify any column. So it will plot for every column, and what type of graph, kind equal line, and my x-axis is to be date. Okay. So this is the date you can see. Okay. So these are the dates. Fine. So for each and every date, it is drawing the graph. Okay. And it is also giving you the color code. Fine. It is also giving the color code along with ledger. Okay. So if you observe the difference, if at all we have to do the same thing in matplotlib, you need to specifically mention a small code for this also, like pld.legend, pld.show sort of thing. Okay. But when you're doing it from pandas, so it will directly take care of it. Fine. So if you see, it has given the line graphs for each and every column. You have MSFT, FB, AAPL, right? So see, blue is for MSFT, this is for FB, green is for AAPL, line graphs. Okay, same this set of graph, three different graphs it is giving in the one single shot and at x-axis. Okay, that means what? So if you see, for example, this particular date, okay, 21/8/2, fine. So if you see, the highest is the FB, okay, and lowest is what, this, fine. And but there were, due to some reason, there was a great downfall of this FB values, and by 22, okay, 22 year, they almost reached to same cost. And finally, at the last date, MSFT is leading. Okay, in the start, FB was leading, but in the end, MSFT was leading. Okay, and AAPL was always low. Okay, so for each particular date, you can do some comparisons. Okay, is this clear? This?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and after that, now if you see what I'm doing here, so this is just another way. Stocks of, I'm saying, I am taking only these two columns. Okay, only AAPL and FB I'm plotting, and in this I'm using the date column as my X. Okay, so it will draw only two graphs. Okay, so directly you can do this X over here. Okay, but here if I don't want to use all the three columns, I'm just taking only two columns, but date I'm using it as X date. Okay, same to previous example. Okay, fine. So after that, so this is how you can plot a line graph using through pandas. Okay, fine. So now next, let's see, we're taking a, I think we have seen this data set we have previously used, right? So previously used, right? So same data set. Now batsman. Okay, what is this tips data set? Okay, so this is tips data set. Fine. So what is it? Did we use tips data set? Just give me a second. Yeah. So this is my tips data set. Okay. So it is from the, I'll just show you it. Okay, see. So this data set mostly will be using for seaborne. Okay. But see here, what is this? A simple, if I have not explained it earlier, see, this is the tips, total bill, how much was the total bill? Like who has visited the particular restaurant, male or female, did he smoke or not, in what, on what day, and what is the time of the event. Okay, not the event, okay, regular visit. Okay, is it for the dinner or lunch? Okay, how many people has visited? Okay, and whether they are male or female. Okay, and how much tip they have given. Fine. So this is a simple restaurant related data set. Fine. Now, if on this data set, if I want to, what we are doing? So I'm applying, I'm grouping by the sex column, and I'm seeing the total bill. Okay, that means total male people how much they have billed, and female people how much they have billed. Okay, the total amount. Fine. And that total amount, what I'm doing, I'm taking the mean. Okay, fine. So that means what? In other words, if you filter, if you, I think by now you're familiar with the filtering options of a data set, right? So if you just filter this data set on sex equal to male, okay, you will get all male records. And from that, if you take only this column, okay, and some take the mean of that only male total bill column, okay, that we are plotting. And also same thing for the female, filter it on the female and take the mean of this column, right? So those values, if you see how you can plot that is, I'm saying tips. First of all, we are creating the data frame, and on top of that, we are using the plot. Okay, there are two things happening here. Okay, the first thing is still here. Okay, what is this? From tips dot group by, I'm grouping by this X column, and in that column, I'm taking the total bill, only one column. Okay, and once you do that, then I'm taking the mean. Okay, those values I'm plotting using the bar graph. How I'm doing? Dot plot kind equal to bar. Okay, so check that. For example, if I show you till here, see. Okay, so if I just do here, this is a pandas object. Okay, so now when I do the mean or any function like minimum maximum, so this is a mean average or average bill that is made by the male customers. This is the average bill made by the female customers. Okay, getting, so you can give it for the tip also. For example, if it's the tip, see, average tip given by male is 3. I think this is US data set, so this is US $3. Okay, and the average tip given by female visitors is a $2. Okay, fine. So these, once we have this, so I'm just plotting that till here this is a value. Okay, and that I am plotting, I'm saying dot plot kind equal to bar graph I'm doing. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Simple. So next we are doing temp. Oh, where do we get this temp data frame from? Okay, this data frame. Okay, so this data frame, fine. So what we're having, Batman, all this. So what we're doing, I'm just, yeah, only one particular year. Okay, so only 2015 year data I am drawing a bar graph. Okay, so simple. So if I can just yeah, so only 2015 I'm drawing a bar graph. So here I'm saying on 0 it will 513 562. Okay, on 0 513 562 284, sorry, 372 482, something like that. Okay, bar graph kind equal to bar. Fine. So after that, if you want to plot for 3 different years, okay, see, this is, these examples we have seen in a different way. If you remember, if I quickly show you the bar graph, yeah, so over here if you see this example, first we have drawn a simple bar graph. Next we have drawn, see, the batsman records are the same data set. If we want to draw for 3 different years, okay, for each batsman 3 different years in the same plot, we have seen it. And after that, what we have done, instead of having 3 graphs, okay, instead of having 3 graphs, we have clubbed three graphs into only one bar and we have segregated by its color. Okay, three types of graphs we have seen. Similarly, we can also do over here. So one is for 2000, only one particular column. If you want to draw the bar graph, this is the one. Okay, the second thing is, if you want to do it for complete data set, okay, of all the columns, you just need to do temp.plot kind equal to bar. Okay, temp.plot kind equal to bar. So as you can see, earlier you need to do all this. Where was that? So see, earlier you need to mention all this. So you need to manage the positions. You remember the way we have specified like minus 0.2 for this 2015 and plus 0.2 for 2017, so on. Okay, but here using just temp.plot of kind equal to bar, it will automatically create everything and will give you. Okay, so you'll understand there are three different columns. Fine. So for three different columns, it is giving you the different graphs. Fine, and also creating the legend. Okay, and similarly, if you don't want in three different graphs, fine, so you can also club it into one bar also. So that clubbing is called stacking. Okay, so when you say stack equal to true, fine, by default it will be false, but if you say stack equal to true, it will just stack everything into one column itself. Okay, so this is for first batsman. Okay, so for, and also this is for 15, 16, 17. Okay, this is for different. So whatever but if you want to do the same thing over here in Matplotlib, so it's bit lengthy. Fine. So but over here it's extremely simple. So just say plot my data set using bar graph, but stacked equal to true. Just stack everything into one bar itself. Okay. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after that, we will going to see the histograms. Fine. So coming to histograms, same thing, the kind equal to hist we need to use. Okay, so here using the stocks data set. Okay, this data set we have just seen the stocks. Yeah, so this data set, if I'm picking up two different columns, yeah, so I'm saying only MSFT and FB graphs I want, but here kind equal to hist. Fine. And also bins equal to 40. So 40 bins I want to divide it into. Okay, so that means what? So this is one bin, this is one bin. Okay, like that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like 40 bins it will be divided. But here my important point here is, so if you see, don't think that from here it is orange, here it is blue, and here it is orange. It's not like that. The orange is present throughout, blue is also present throughout, but in some places there might be overlapping. Okay, in these positions, the blue bars are a bit shorter than the orange bar, so that's why it got overlapped. Okay, I'm saying it could be possible, or it might start from here also. Okay, but depending upon the values. For example, let me see MSFT FB. So what is this MSFT starting price? 249. Okay, and FB is 328. FB 328. This is 249. Okay, but these are just the first record, right? These are just the first record. Okay, but the prices can come up and down. Oh, sorry, go up and down, right? Okay, fine. But what I'm saying here is this graph. Okay, the graph which you're seeing, right? So if at all, okay, if at all assume that both of these graphs are starting from the same prices, but the fluctuations are different, but the same price. That means it's also starting from 175, it's also ending 375. Okay, so it will be present throughout. Okay, but only thing is sometimes it might be overlap. For example, if you see here it is visible. Okay, so here also there was some orange graph, but it got overlapped by the blue one. Okay, So, but however, mainly the concept here is we have drawn the histogram, okay, but two graphs with 40 bins, fine, and it will directly give the color coding and the legend. Okay, fine. So this is how you can draw the histogram. So I would say use pandas functions for plotting directly, okay, which will be more easy, okay, and fast. And next thing is regarding the pi. Okay, we have seen a lot of actually the other day we have spent good amount of time in understanding different uh, ways how you can create pi plots, pi graphs, and also many small functions inside that. Okay, so the same thing if you want to do it in the pandas. Okay, see, this is my data set, right? The how you can draw plot is I'm saying match df of match 1. Okay, I'm saying plot pi, fine, plot pi kind equal to pi, and my labels equal to batsman dot values. Okay, batsman dot values or my labels, and this is the percentages, right? So same thing. So I would say this graph, everything will be same. The only how your draw will be different. So we are giving the what we are doing. So we are taking the values of batsman dot values. Okay, df batsman dot values, in the sense it will give these names Dhawan, Rohit, okay, everything, and we have drawn the pie plot, fine. And also based upon these values, right? So 120, 190, whatever you have, right? So it is also giving the share. Okay, the overall will be 360, and as you know, it will divide based upon the percentages. Okay, so since we've already seen in detail the other day, so I'm not going into much detail because it's the same thing, only the way how you create the plot is different. Okay, here you are using plt.plot, or yeah, if you do the other way, we also, if you do from the subplots, we are doing ax dot pi, or if it is direct pi plot, we have done using the using what, using plt.pi. Okay, so but here you will be doing from pandas dataset, you are using plot method inside that kind equal to pi. Okay, fine. So there are different ways how you can do, you can extend this to, see, all three matches. Okay, so you're having match 1, match 2, match 3. I'm using all three matches kind equal to pi, subplots equal to true. Okay, so in one single image itself, so you are having match 1, match 2, match 3. Why? Because subplots equal to true, that's why it's giving in one single graph, and pi graph. Okay, and inside that, what are this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why it is one less? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why it is starting from 0, guys? What was 5, 2, 0, 1? Okay, plotting will be the code will be this case. Okay, but I think you can experiment. Okay, for example, if I just run this and run this, let's see. So now here we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here it is giving me 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's a small value over here. Okay, so is it because of the unique values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything is having unique values. For match 1, it is giving me six different values. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, acha, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do this, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's starting from 0. Okay, it's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is starting from 0 actually. Okay, so ideally it should also give 0, 1. Start from 0. Okay, that's fine, but this is how you can draw the complete pie graph in one shot. Fine. Next thing is line graph or line plot. Fine. Stocks data set. So we have seen in Python or in Matplotlib we have seen. Okay, I think we have seen it here itself. Yeah, the stocks one. So over there you are drawing the subplots equal to true, kind equal to line. It's giving in 3 different graphs. Okay, MSFT, FP, 50. Okay, the only difference is subplots. The earlier you have used what? You have drawn 3 into one graph. Okay, but now when you say subplots equal to true, so it's giving in 3 different graphs. Okay, fine. So and the last one over here is you're having tips dot pivot table. Okay, so yeah, this, if you try to understand, let's take a few minutes to understand this. See, this is my tips data set, okay, which we have seen. Over here, I am creating a pivot table on index equal to day and time, okay, and columns equal to this sex and smoker, and values equal to total bill, okay, average equal to mean. Okay, don't get worried. So it is, once you understand the graph, it is very easy and helpful. Okay, see, first of all, this is my data set. Yes, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, first of all, this is my data set. From here, when you're, the importance of pivot table is, you will understand now. See, this, first of all, this is my data set as we have seen. This for each day. Okay, so but what days usually they're visiting, I want to see. Okay, for that, how I will do day dot unique. If I do unique, I will get, see, mostly they're visiting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, people are visiting on these 4 days. Okay, fine. And after that, what is the time? So which times they're visiting? Dinner and lunch. Okay, that is also fine. Okay, and only male and female and smoker, yes or no. Okay, these are the tips. Fine. So this is the data set collected on Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on dinner and lunch. Fine. On these days and times, how many people have visited and how much they have done the bill and what is the tip they have given. Okay, what is the gender? Fine. In this data set, I am filtering and converting it into different shape and form. So what I'm doing here, see, first I'm taking my index as my day and time. Okay, that means what? Day and time has become my index. Okay, observe carefully. That means what? First it will filter it on day, and inside each day it will filter it on time. Okay, that means what? So if I just show you this, if I go for day, okay, see, we are having 4 days, 4 different type of days and 2 different type of times. Okay, then it will do a combination of this. That means Sunday dinner lunch, Saturday dinner lunch, Thursday dinner lunch, Friday dinner lunch. Okay, if at all you have all those, fine. So for example, if you're having only for Sunday, if it is only for dinner, it will consider only dinner. Okay, fine. So over here, if you see, you're having for Thursday, you're having lunch and dinner. Friday, lunch and dinner. But Saturday, there was no dinner, Sunday only dinner. That means in the data set, there is no lunch for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, it's having only dinner. Fine. So that is the index. So index, I'm saying time and column. So it will take a 2 level. Okay, one is a day level, days, these are days. And inside each day, time level. Okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Fine. Now, for this index, what columns I want to consider? I want to consider sex and smoker. Okay, so now what? Now this is also at the same thing. So what we have done this at 2 level, it will also be done at 2 level. So one is at the sex column, so that is male and female. Okay, so in this male and female, okay, in male sex and female sex, whether it will smoke or not, okay. So over here, if you see male, yes, he is smoking, no, he, sorry, is he's smoking and no, he's not smoking. Okay, female, whether she's smoking or whether he's not smoking. Okay, fine. After that, you are taking what? You are taking total bill. Okay, because you have tips, that tips column also, and also total bill also. So I'm interested in total bill. Okay, so now I'm taking total bill. Okay, now this is a total bill, and the total bill you are doing aggregate. That means mean. You are taking the mean. Okay, this is the mean. That means what? So if you want to summarize everything, so this value is the mean value. Okay, mean value of what? Mean value of male visitors who smoke, right? Because smoke is yes, who smoke. Okay, and they have visited on Thursday for lunch. Okay, so all the male visitors who smoke, fine, and who have visited for Thursday lunch. Okay, this exact combination of visitors, how much they have paid the total amount, right? That amount, if you do the mean, this is the value. Is that clear, guys? Let me know. This is very important. Understand the pivot table. If you not understand anything, let me know. Shall I repeat this?
For me, it's clear, Sandesh.
Okay. For you, Meghna?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. So similarly, this one is what? This is okay. For we'll take this. This is what? This is for female non-smokers. Total bill mean for the visiting on Sunday dinner. Okay. For all Sundays. Okay. We don't know how many. What is the time range of this data set? That means for 1 year or 1 month or 5 years. We don't know. But for all the Sundays that are considered. Okay. For all the Sundays for dinner. Okay. For female. Okay. For non-smokers. Whatever they have paid the amount, that mean when you do, this is that value. Okay, fine. So now that is, see that I think you might be able to understand the importance of pivot table now. Okay, so because it will give you good insights. Okay, so just by looking at this value, you can understand many things. Okay, fine. So now using this pivot table, okay, now coming back. So this is my pivot table, right? So this pivot table, which is this, I am plotting kind equal to plot pi and plots equal to true, subplots equal to true. So give me a plot for each and every value over here. Okay, 4 columns we are having. So I want a subplot for each. So that's interesting. So if you see, we are having 4 different plots. So this is for what? This is for, if you see, male, yes. So how are these, the major segregation between this graph is what? Male, yes. That means what? Yes, in the sense smoking is okay. Male, yes, male, no. Female, yes, female, no. So that will create you 4 graphs. Okay. So each of this column, what is the difference? So this column is male, yes, male, no. Female, yes, female, no. Okay. So that's, this is male, yes, male, no. That means what, this graph. Okay. Female, yes, female, no. That is done. And after that, once that is done, next it will plot the graphs, and it is giving the color code also. Okay. So inside the, now once the graph is done, so inside each you are having Thursday lunch, Thursday dinner, Friday lunch, Friday dinner, Saturday dinner, Sunday dinner. Okay, so you are having, see, Thursday lunch. Okay, and you're having Friday. So in this first graph, Thursday dinner, it's not having any values. Okay, so what, due to why it's not having none values, we can check. But as of now, if there are any missing values, etc., we can take a look. But it is having 9 values. Okay, so that's why it did not plot the Thursday dinner. Okay, so we have Thursday lunch. Let me put it just above, right? So that it is easy. Okay, so I just put it over here. Yeah, now it's better. Cool. Yeah. So now, so this is for the first graph. So this for the you have for the first person. Can you see this? Now it's better. So you're having Thursday lunch, fine, and next you're having Friday lunch, Friday lunch, Friday dinner, and Saturday. This is Sunday dinner, Saturday dinner. Okay, this legend got overlapped. Okay, you can also control the position of legend. Okay, similarly for second, this is for male no, female yes, female no. Fine. So that's how you can draw subplots with all these different details from the pivot table using the pie plot. Is this clear, guys? Okay, fine. So I hope the pie plot is clear. Okay, so I don't think we will use like this complex, not complex, like bit high level pie plots. Okay, but it is worth studying. Fine. So that's regarding how you can draw different plots using pandas. Okay, fine. So we have seen the heat map. Okay, and we have seen pandas, all different type of starting from the scatter, line plot, bar plot, histogram, pie plot. Okay, so and regarding the heat map, right? So don't worry, we are going to see it in detail in the Seaborn. Okay, so all these graphs, along with more graphs, we can also see it in the Seaborn also. Okay, so actually I thought of starting the Seaborn, but I don't think we have enough time. Okay, but just I'll give you an overview and we can continue it in the next session, which is on Monday. Fine. So coming to Seaborn, right, guys? So if I just talk about Seaborn, fine. See, first thing is since we already have something called as matplotlib, fine. So why we need to study, go for one more library called as Seaborn. Okay, first we need to understand that. Okay, see anything which is coming after a particular thing, people will learn. Okay, if it is having few factors. One is it should have more features than the previous one. Agree? And second thing is it should be more simpler to use. Okay, because if it is more difficult than the previous one and it is having less features, why we'll go for the new one? Fine. The same thing happened with Seaborn also. So Seaborn has much more features, much more advanced graphs than Matplotlib. First thing. Second thing is what graphs which we are doing in Matplotlib, the same thing can also be done in Seaborn, but in much more simpler way and much more better representation can be achieved. Okay, so using Seaborn. Okay, so the presentations and the functions are more attractive, I would say. Okay, so as you can see, it provides a layer of abstraction, hence similar to use. That means abstraction in the sense you don't need to write everything from scratch. Okay, so just like how we have seen a difference between direct Matplotlib and pandas, which is a simpler. So Seaborn will be much more simpler. Okay, better aesthetics, okay, better presentations, and more graphs are included. Okay, there are more features and more graphs are included in the Seaborn. That's why Seaborn is very famous, I would say. Matplotlib is important, but it's still a basic. But Seaborn is the practical library which will be used for visualizations as far as ML or data science is concerned. Okay, and here also mainly two things we have seen: drawing the graph at figure level and axis level. You remember fig comma x. Okay, so this can also be done in two levels, figure and axis level. Okay, so based upon the different graphs, so we can classify the Seaborn into different plots. Okay, so I would say we can also see that in the Seaborn official documentation. Okay, so as I say, always try to follow the official documentation. Okay, so over here, if you go for API, see, these are the different dots. So I would say, see, mostly you will find whatever we have studied in Matplotlib, that is very much helpful over here. The markers, the lines, and the shapes, sizes, everything. Okay, but on top of that, you will see many more things. Okay, so don't think it is very different from Matplotlib. At the end of the day, both the visualization libraries, the functions, everything will be similar. Okay, but they will be a bit more advanced. Okay, and few new things. Fine. So, for example, these are the different scales we are going to see. But coming here, the functional interface. Okay, there are different types of graphs depending upon the analysis and purpose. Okay, so you have relation graphs. Okay, see, in relation graph you have scatter plot, line plot, which you have seen. I think you're not new to this. Okay, and next you have distribution plots. Okay, in distribution plots, what do we have? So you have dist plot, hist plot, KD. Okay, rug plot. Okay, so all these, I would say, see, we are going to see most of these plots. Okay, but no guarantee that you are going to use all this, right? So as I said, fine. So it depends upon your use case, depends upon your purpose, a lot of things which graph you want to use. Okay, so but getting equipped with the most important Seaborn plots will definitely be helpful, and we are going to do that. Fine. So in categorical plots, we are having some cat plot, box, bar plot, point plot, count plot, box, violin. Okay, regression plots, heat map in matrix plots. Few of things I think you can notice which we have already seen in Matplotlib, but few of them, for example, cluster map you don't have in Matplotlib, and violin plot you don't have it in Matplotlib. Okay, so which are very important. The KD plot, fine. So based upon these, pair plot is very important. Okay, and join plot. Okay, so based upon these, we can segregate the Seaborn into different graphs. For example, if you see, okay, see, you have relation graphs, distribution graphs, categorical matrix, and multiplot. Fine, and you also have something regression graphs. Okay, so we will see that too. So in relation graphs, we are having scatter plot and line plot. Fine. So that means what? So you also know the scatter plot is it will try to give you the relation between two different columns. Okay, so given X and Y, so you can understand the relation between these two columns. That means whether they are correlated, not correlated, positive, negative, what is the strength, etc., etc. Okay, so this will be a scatter plot, and if you just have if you join this, it will become a line graph. Fine. And coming to distribution graph, so over here you have something called as histogram. Okay, histogram, this like we build some building sort of thing. Okay, and KD, kernel density estimation. Okay, you have some thing related to its distributions. Okay, this we have already seen in the statistics, but we are going to revise it. Okay, this will come under the distribution graphs. Okay, coming to the categorical graphs, you have bar plot and bar graph, count. I think we are familiar with the box plot from statistics, right? Box plot. So where it will give you idea of different percentiles, what is maximum, 50, 75 percentile. Okay, so revise it if you forgot it. Okay, then new thing we are going to the violin plots, swan plots, heat maps from matrix plot. Okay, so actually this is a clear this is more like easier to remember, right? So because they're clearly and beautifully segregated. Okay, so in each section, so for example, heat map which you have just seen, right? So that also looks like a matrix. Agree? See this one, so this also clearly looks like a matrix. Fine, so that's why under the matrix section we have this, and along this we have something like cluster map. Okay, which we are going to see, and multi-plot. Okay, multi-plot in the sense for the different columns. Okay, so the scatter plot is just between two columns, right? For example, there are like 10 columns. Usually there will be more than 10 practically, but let's say you have 10 columns in a data set, and you want to see the graph between every column against each other column. That means you are having 10 columns over here, 10 columns over here. So you want to see the all graphs for each and every column against every other column. Okay, there this multi-plot will be very helpful, and pair plot, join plot. Okay, and as I'm saying, pair plot will be the first thing which we will draw. Okay, for any data set, mostly to see what is the relationship between each column with every other column. Okay, that means first column with all other 9 columns. Okay, second column with all other 9 columns. So like that. So that is very important, right? To understand if there is any relationship at all between these columns, right? For that, you can directly go for the pair plot. Okay, pair plot is very helpful. So as I'm saying, Matplotlib is basic, guys, but but definitely focus on Seaborn. Okay, because if you are, I would say, if you are good at Seaborn, right? So your job will be very much easy. Trust me, right? Because all the practical plots which we actually draw are present in Seaborn. Okay, so every plot which you see, right? So we will be using scatter, line, mostly over here, pair plot. Find box plot, definitely you are going to draw the box plot, and histogram for sure. Okay, and violin also. Okay, and heat map. So right, so all practical plots which people use, which I have used practically, right? So are present in Seaborn. So focus mainly on the Seaborn. Okay, once you are good with this, and since you already have the basic knowledge of Matplotlib, then you should not much worry about the visualization part. Okay, so just to give a look at this, and Seaborn is very interesting, I am saying. Okay, and just if I give you a small pair plot. Okay, see, if you have pair plot, I'll just show you. See, I'm having like 4 columns like body mass, flipper length, some data set. Okay, 4, and I want to see the relationship between each column with every other column. Okay, so just when you say pair plot, this is related to the penguins. See, penguins body mass and his length of that flipper, that means his leg and its depth and some length. Okay, so this is a distributions for every other. So that means what? So what is this representing? It is a graph between flipper length and body mass, right? So just by looking at it, I can understand these are very much positively correlated. That means if the flipper length is increasing, body mass is also increasing. If it is decreasing, it is also decreasing. Agree? Something like that. Fine. So this will be very much helpful. Okay. So now we are actually moving into the practical graphs, practical purposes, because Matplotlib is still the basics. Okay. So, but Seaborn will be with some use cases and some practical purposes. And also you are going to see the same thing in immediate or next module where feature engineering, but mostly in the next to that EDA. So EDA will use lot of graphs. Okay. So that's a plan. Fine. I would say let's try to start Seaborn on Monday, and I would say it will take mostly 2 sessions. Okay, a lot of completing, but Matplotlib had few functions, so we have decently covered all the required functions in Matplotlib, I would say. So next week, I would say mostly 2 or 3. Okay, mostly I will take 2 or 3 sessions for Seaborn, and then we are going to have the feature engineering and EDA part. Okay, fine. So yeah, guys, that's all from my end. Are you good?
Yeah, Santosh.
Fine, guys. Take care. Let's meet on Monday.